Anyway, let's move on here. Let's move on to Argentina, which is a fantastic country that I'm hoping to visit one day. Just over a year ago now, the eccentric Javier Milei called a stir when he was elected Argentinian president. At the time, the country had inflation of more than 120% per annum and interest rates of 111% per annum. But since he's come to power and he's taken his chainsaw to government, inflation and interest rates have fallen dramatically. Government jobs have been slashed. Woohoo! And Milei ended his first year more trusted than his previous three predecessors. Now, with Trump about to take off to the U.S. and the UK's left-leaning Labour Party languishing, are we seeing a global shift? Does this guy Milei, they all said he was far right, but is he really where politics is heading now, Prue?
Totally, James. We look at the 6 EU countries that are now far right. We're looking at the Netherlands. I think that people have woken up that these woke socialist governments who really have no ability to, manage economies, all they can do is spend, have had enough. People have really had enough. COVID was a really damaging impact on every economy. We had then the net zero fantasy, the energy policies that are crippling people. And we need strong, realistic leadership. And this is what Dutton's going to face, of course, that he's going to inherit this basket case that we have here. Lee Kuan Yew once said that we were the basket case of Asia, and I think that's what we are. And it's going to be a huge challenge for Dutton to fix the joint.
But I want to ask you, on this question of the democracy in the center, where people are moving, one of the things we keep hearing is from the people who are defending the old consensus is that somehow this is anti-democratic if people want different things than what they're offering. But it seems to me like the old consensus, sort of the one that we had almost from World War II to today, that stopped providing people with what they want. And, you cannot blame people for wanting something different when their living standards are going backwards, when they have to compete with migrants for housing and all sorts of other things. It seems like the compact is broken and we need a new compact.
Of course we do. And I think the people have had enough. There is an uprising against the woke, the identity politics. We are feeling and experiencing what our parents did during the Depression almost. We're getting that way where everybody's doing it so hard that you have to let ideology go and you have to think about practicalities. And I think there's a strong movement of publics now just wanting leaders who are strong, who are decisive, who are not going to capitulate to loud minority groups. And that's what we need.
Absolutely. And obviously the guy who led all of this is Donald Trump. And just in terms of the efforts to take him down by this consensus people, the swamp, whatever, a judge has ruled in his New York case that he will be sentenced on January 10th on 34 counts of falsifying business records that we all know were completely trumped up, so to speak. This is 10 days before the inauguration. Right now, it looks like they're going to give him an unconditional discharge, meaning no custody fines, anything like that, but he still gets the record. How shameless are these people?
Well, they're so vindictive. They couldn't get him.
Vindictive, that's the word I was looking for.
They couldn't actually get him in the polls, in the actual election result. So they were prepared to do anything at any cost to get at him. When you look at what Hunter Biden got away with, and you look at what they've got against Trump, it's just a joke, isn't it? It's a farce. And, I just find that any legitimacy that was left with the Democrats has totally gone now. I can't believe that any thinking person would believe that this is the right thing to do. It's a farce.
Well, we'll see what happens on the 10th, 10 days before the inauguration. How's that for bitterness? Prue MacSween, thank you so much for joining us.